insurance producers, not just disability insurance producers, but it's a great sales concept that I think that will be very helpful for you. Today's presentation is called How to Present DI the Right Way. Today's presentation is going to be 10 minutes long, so I'm going to go right into it. But if you have any questions, just please write the questions in the chat box in the bottom right corner of your screen. I will address those questions toward the end of the presentation. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm going to start today's presentation with a statement that I have sort of developed over the course of being the sales supervisor. I've helped numerous agents sell disability policies, and I've run thousands of quotes for hundreds, if not thousands, of agents. And what I've kind of come to the summation of is that most agents present disability quotes to their clients the wrong way. That's just a fact. It's an unfortunate fact, and I think that it's not always the agent's fault. So when you hear a question like that or a statement like that, most agents present disability quotes the wrong way, intrinsically you ask yourself why. What are they doing? What are they doing that's wrong about the way they're presenting it? Well, it's because most agents are presenting a disability benefit at the lowest possible benefit, and they're presenting it against the highest premium. Now, I mentioned that it may not be the agent's fault. I'm going to get into that a little bit later, but let's go into an example that will illustrate what I'm talking about, why agents are presenting the lowest benefit amount against the highest premium. So here I put together a very simplistic example, and it's really an ideal case. Let's say you, the insurance agent, have a 35-year-old male. Let's say this guy is a white-collar employee, and he's really a great candidate for disability insurance. At 35 years old, he may have a family at this point. He may have a mortgage. Let's say that this white-collar employee makes $100,000 a year. Again, really a good ballpark for someone looking for disability insurance. Well, our goal is to always cover around 60% of his income. Why I say 60%? 60% is the maximum an individual disability carrier will allow us to cover. It's a good rule of thumb. So if I have a 35-year-old white-collar employee looking for DI, making $100K, the insurance carrier is only going to allow me to show around $5,000 a month of disability coverage. So that's what I'm going to show. So let's say you have this client, you come to Disability Insurance Services, and you say, hey, please quote me a disability illustration for this client. I'm ready to present him something. Well, that's where the problem pops up. See, we are all insurance professionals. We are, and being an insurance professional, we meet face-to-face with these clients. And I think that when we get the quote from a disability carrier, that's where the true problem comes to effect. It's because the insurance carrier and the software in the quote do a very poor job of showing the true value of the contract. So when I say most agents sell DI the wrong way, this is what I mean. What they'll do is they'll get a disability quote from Disability Insurance Services, and they'll hand it over to their client. And what the insurance carrier has done with their quoting software is it's going to boldly highlight the lowest possible benefit, which is the monthly benefit. In this particular case, in our 35-year-old case, it's $5,000 a month. So it's going to be in big, bold, black letters on the quoting page that, hey, you qualify for $5,000 a month. Okay. Well, then it's also going to boldly show the highest premium possible, which in this case for a 35-year-old white-collar guy is going to be right around $2,500 annually. So now we're showing the lowest possible benefit against the highest possible cost. Well, let me tell you from experience that most clients do not pay the annual premium. Some clients do. It's probably going to be some of your more wealthier clients who are, making into the high six figures. You're going to buy the annual premium, but the insurance carrier's quote doesn't differentiate between that. It's going to bold the highest premium. So put yourself into the client's shoes. let's say you slide that quote across the table, or you forward DIS's email onto the client, and he takes a look at the quoting page and he sees $5,000 a month. I'm gonna get $5,000 a month, and it's gonna cost me $2,500 annually. So all I get is $5,000, and it's gonna cost me $2,500 up front. That does not seem like a good deal to me. If I was a novice, like most of your clients are, who haven't bought disability insurance, it's not going to seem like a good deal. You're going to get a major price objection, and at that point, you as the insurance professional are going to be backpedaling, trying to salvage the case, and which many times are going to be a no. Well, let me show you the solution to this problem, and it's a very simple solution. It's be hands-on. Really try to illustrate the true value of the contract. So let me show you what I would do, what I believe is the correct way to sell disability insurance. You take that 35-year-old white-collar male employee, you take that $5,000 benefit amount that they qualify for, right? Well, he's 35, and ideally you want to show a benefit period. That's the amount of time that the client will collect for disability. You ideally want to have it to age 67. So take that $5,000 a month and multiply it out to the end of the benefit period. Because honestly, you're buying disability insurance because you are afraid that tomorrow you might not be able to earn your paycheck. So in this person's instance, this 35-year-old male, if he got disabled tomorrow, he's potentially eligible for over $1.9 million of tax-free benefit. You just take that $5,000, you multiply it by 32 so for the end to age 67 benefit period, and that will get you $1.9 million. So that's the true value. What I do is when I sit down with a client, I actually write that on the quote. So to turn their attention to the true value away from just $5,000 a month. Well, like I mentioned in terms of premium, most people aren't going to pay it annually. So what I do is I want to make that annual premium into a cost that makes sense for them. So I simply divide that out per day. That's the cost that they can truly understand, that will show the true value of the contract. So in this person's case, it was right around $2,500 annually of cost. You divide that out by 365, and it shows a daily benefit of $6.71 per day. Okay? Now, you can't pay it in per day costs, but it gives them an idea of what the true value of the contract is. Most people are going to pay it monthly. So to surmise, you want to show, to summarize, excuse me, you want to show the highest value, which in this person's case is $1.9 million, against the daily cost. Relying on the insurance carrier to do that for you is a real mistake because they simply don't do it. They're going to bowl the lowest benefit amount against the highest cost. And that is really today's presentation. It's a simple idea that I think will help you make more sales. The good news is, working with disability insurance services, we're going to present 3 or 4 different carriers on any particular client proposal. And when we send those carrier quotes out to you, we're going to also send out our analyzer. Now, if you've ever used us before, you'll notice that at the bottom of our analyzer, where we compare the carriers side by side, we show the total value of the contract. So if you're sitting down with your client, or if you're talking to your client over the phone, use that analyzer, because it's not only going to compare the side-by-side comparisons of all the riders and so forth of the carriers we ran, but it's going to have the true value of the contract at the bottom, and that above the monthly benefit amount is going to be my presentation tool. That's what I'm going to show. So I also welcome you guys to go to our DIS website. You can use our website, www.diservices.com, to request a quote. There are other great sales ideas on our website, like presenting the highest benefit amount against the lowest value. If you're not very strong in disability, if you haven't sold many disability contracts, the sales ideas on our website will be really helpful for you. If you currently have any disability applications in underwriting with us right now, you can check your policy statuses through our website. And then, again, we'd be happy to present any risk inquiries or research any DI risk inquiries for you, submit them my way. My email address is agilmore@diservices.com. I'd be happy to take a look at them. But yeah, let me see if I have any questions. Since this is a short, quick webinar, I do have a message from Jim in New York, and Jim was asking about the percentage covered. What do I mean by 60% covered? Well, that is a great question. Individual disability carriers will cover around 60% of the client's annual income. That's a good rule of thumb. The benefit amount that will show is a non-taxable benefit, especially if the client is paying for the premiums themselves. So that's what I mean. So in this person's case, if their gross income was $100,000 of benefit, we're showing $5,000 a month, it's probably going to be even more than 60% because most people don't live on gross pay, they live on take-home pay. And so if you're not paying any taxes on that $5,000 a month DI policy, you're probably going to end up covering more than 60%. So I think that's all the questions that I have. I hope this presentation helped you. Again, this is a real simple concept that most agents forget about. Showing the highest value, showing what the monthly benefit amount turns out to be at the end of the benefit period against a lower cost. Don't necessarily illustrate the annual premium. Show a much lower premium. I prefer to use the daily cost, but always feel free to use the monthly. I appreciate your time, and hopefully this helped you out, and feel free to give me a call at any point. Thank you very much.